Here's how most AI features ship. Someone tweaks a prompt, reads 3 outputs, says, "Yeah, that seems better," and merges it. And here's how most of them quietly break. Because seems better isn't measurement, it's a vibe. The moment you change a prompt, swap a model, or touch retrieval, something that used to work breaks. And you will not know unless you measure. So let's build the thing that catches it, Evals. And the first idea is that Evals live in 3 places. First, offline, a fixed set of inputs with no good answers. You run it every single time you change anything. This is your regression net. Second, in CI, take that offline suite and make it a gate. A pull request that drops the score below your line just doesn't merge. Unit tests, but for behavior. Third, online, real metrics on real traffic. Thumbs up, task success, how often a human has to take over. That's the ground truth your offline set only guesses at. Now the hard part, how do you score an answer? Match the metric to the task. When there's a right answer, use an exact check. Did the JSON parse? Did it call the right tool? Did the generated code pass its tests? Cheap, fast, no arguing. Use these whenever you possibly can. But was this explanation helpful? Has no exact answer. So we reach for the seductive shortcut. We ask a strong model to grade it, LLM-as-judge. And here's the surprising part. A capable model grading outputs agrees with humans shockingly often. Often about as much as 2 humans agree with each other, for pennies, at thousands of examples. Sounds perfect. It is not. Because an unguarded judge has biases that quietly poison your scores. The most notorious one is position bias. Show a judge 2 answers and it tends to favor whichever one it sees first. Same 2 answers. Swap the order. Watch the verdict flip. And it gets worse. Judges fall for longer answers even when longer isn't better. That's verbosity bias. They quietly prefer their own family's output. So if you grade one model's work with that same model, it roots for itself. Self-preference. And over a long run, the scores just drift upward, getting nicer for no reason. Leniency creep. Now the fix, and it's the standard playbook. First, give it a rubric. Rate 1 to 5 on factual accuracy, then on clarity beats. Is this good? By a mile. Second, run both orderings and average them. That cancels position bias outright. Third, and this is the one people skip, validate the judge against human labels. Because here's the trap. A judge can be perfectly consistent and consistently wrong. Stability is not accuracy. And the whole machine is simpler than it sounds. Every Evals suite is 4 pieces. A dataset, a scorer, an aggregate, a threshold. The code makes it concrete. A handful of test cases, 2 model versions. Score each one as the fraction it got right. If it clears the threshold, it passes. If it doesn't, the build fails. That's literally what runs in CI on every change. In real life, you won't handroll this. Tools like Ragas, Eval, and Langfuse hand you datasets, bias control judges, and dashboards. But the mental model never changes. Dataset, scorer, aggregate, threshold. So the takeaway is sharp. Stop shipping on vibes. Exact checks where there's a right answer. A guarded, rubric-driven, human-validated judge where there isn't. Wired into CI so nothing regresses in silence. Because in production it seems better isn't a result. It's a guess wearing a lab coat.